last time when we were in the process of passing, and I'm trying to flatten Carl out, and he's turning on the side. He's not making frames, because if he makes frames, I can just use my weight to flatten him out by driving down, and he's also giving me that underhook. So we talked about he's keeping this hand safe, and he's hiding this shoulder, so when I drop my shoulder on it, so he's kind of turned in, and I can't get that bite on it. Okay. And then from there he'll be winning the underhook and getting to his knees. Playing this game. Second drill was same thing. The minute I pass, and I'm trying to flatten him out with my weight on this shoulder. Another thing I can do is swim underneath, because if I win the underhook, I can flatten him out. So last time we were showing you this hand position. The reason it stays here is because it's easy for him to win the underhook with it on his leg. But if he feels me digging for this, he's just going to like do a bicep curl. And the second I can't get my hand here, I bring it out, he's already winning that underhook. Okay, so they're simple concepts. But then we talked about last time, not only can I get the guy flat on his back by getting that bite here, winning the underhook, if I can get control of his head and win the crossface, if I can turn his head, the body will follow. Or if I can pluck this elbow, see this elbow here? If I can get control of that and I can pluck it up, I can also flatten them out. So our goal is to stay on our side so we can win the underhook and get to our knees. So this is drill 3, guys. I'm going to stop the crossface, a couple of little variations of that. So the first one is, when I'm on my side, and I have my hand here with the ready to get the underhook. If Carl tries to win the crossface, if there's space between my head and my shoulder, he's just going to hug my head. And then this is difficult, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So my first line of defense is just taking that. Carl tries to dig in and just bring that crossface. Very difficult. So I keep my ear glued to my shoulder the whole time. Keep going, bro. And when the woman tried, I win that underhook and I get to my knees. So again, I'm on my side, I'm just taking a nap. So I make sure that my right hand is just here the whole time. We talked about staying in bad positions. Alright, getting myself in a bad position, and I wouldn't stay here, but for the sake of the drill, we're going to stay here. We're going to stay here longer than we normally would, and then win the underhook and get to our knees. So that's our first line of defense. We just take a nap. So I'm here. First digging for that. And when the moment's right, this hand that was waiting the whole time swims. And I'm coming to my knees. And then from here I can play my game. So that's my first one. Second one, I've been late and he's got his hand and he's got this crossface. So from this position, the worst thing I can do is start pushing at the hip. A lot of people will make frames from here, and they're trying to push the guy away to get onto their side, switch positions. Anytime I pass this guard and I'm winning the crossface and Carl makes a frame and he's got his hand on his hip and he's here, why does he want to do that? Because he's trying to scoot away and put me back in the guard. But from there, the best way to get to your knees is to come up on this elbow. If I've won the crossface, he wants to withdraw this elbow, and he can't withdraw it if he's pushing on my hip. If you're pushing, physically pushing with your hand on my hip, there's no way you can pull this elbow, pull it under you. Yeah. So, switch positions. And we do this all the time, it's just a reaction. Someone passes our guard, and I'm doing this. If he wins that crossface, I don't want to be doing that. So this hand that was here, I don't want it here. Why? Because it's hard to underhook from here. I'm going to have it here. When he wins that underhook, look, see this elbow? I'm just pulling it underneath. Flap me out. And then I have the hand. Okay? So, my goal will be to win the underhook. Obviously, get to my knees. Or at any stage, if I get the half guard, then we're back to what? Each half guard again. So again, I'm on my side. I've messed up. Just pull this arm out. First line of defense is this. win the crossface. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to be winning that underhook and getting to my knees. Second variation, I'm late and he's got a hug of this head. I don't want to be doing this. If I'm doing this, I can't pull my elbow back. So from here, this hand, okay, that was there, I'm just pulling it underneath. Just sit back, bro. So see the way I've got my shoulders at an angle? I'm not here with this shoulders back, because when he cross faces me, look where my bottom elbow is. I'm like this. I want to be here. So I've got my elbow underneath me. So yeah, he wins that crossface. I pull my bottom elbow underneath. And it's surprisingly easy. Try to flatten me out now. Third thing I can do is, I can be a bitch. Instead of just cross-facing, I'll get this grip here. Alright, stay there, bro. And I'll use my forearm to smash it. Okay, so again, instead of having the cross-face, I have the gi. And I'll be nasty, I have my forearm in his face, and I just turn him. If I can turn his head, the body will follow, most my go, when I'm on top, stop him out. Switch. So third variation, slow. I messed up, I was trying to do this. He hugged the head, only this time he's grabbed the collar. And what he wants to do is, yeah, it's not nice. So from here, this hand that was late, when he brings that forearm in, I just swim my hand in here. Bring your forearm in. And from there, I comb my hair. And I bring my head out and I put my ear. Who laughed when I said I comb my hair? Anybody? 20 years ago I did. So, I'm here. I'm in my position. I messed up. He's got this grip and he starts to stiff arm me. So what? See this hand? I swim it inside. Right? I have it here. I comb my hair and then what do? My head's coming at the bottom. I listen to my shoulder. Win the crossface again, bro. That makes sense? So we have 3 variations to play with, guys. Just lay down there, bro, one more time. They're really simple, but like I said, to try to do them all in one continuous drill is difficult. First line of defense. He takes a nap here. So I might go back and try to use my chest again, or with that underhook. Secondly, if I do hug the head, he just brings his elbow back. And if he does, he's already halfway to his knees. He wins the underhook. One when he's on his knees. Third, I get this grip and I start to stiff arm. Combs his hair, swings the hand inside, gets his head, and then straightens his arm again. And puts his ear on it. Now, can I win the crossface? No. Okay, so partner off, guys. Let's drill that.